What's up guys, this is Sean and today we are going to check out Duet Residence in Kinrara. Let's go! Today we are in Kinrara. This is Kinrara 6th Street and this is right opposite their golf course, where you have the wonderful bungalows and mansions up front. At the edge you will have the giant hypermarket along with the commercial centers. And this location is very strategic because it's in between several things. It's in between heavy commercial areas and residential areas, where Kinrara is a favorite spot for all residential, landed especially. But when you just drive through out a little bit, you have Puchong, you have Bukit Jalil, the new Pavilion 2 is up. Then this is also sandwiched between Iherng Forest Reserve and the man-made greeneries, which is the golf course. So the views on top will be amazing as you have green in front, green at the back. Also, you have the LRT station. So you have the Kinrara station here. Easily you have 2 to 3 stations within 2 to 3 kilometers. And if you really need to get to the city, that's the LDP that connects you directly to Bukit Jalil, and that connects you to Sungai Besi Highway, Max Highway, Kesas Highway, and etc. So today we will reveal a unit from Cozy Homes, and let's go! And in certain developments, sometimes partial of the apartments are used as space for marketing purposes. And that was the common practice back then. So you have this individual building within this development that is somewhat like a commercial area, but nobody gets to access it. It feels really weird. So this can easily be a sales gallery of their next or future projects, right? They can also use this as an office. And it's very easy to just say that this may be transferred into a cafe or a restaurant in the future that provides convenience to the residents, right? But not all the time ideas makes sense, right? We are now at the car park area, and you can see the structural elements are pretty sophisticated, right? They use flat slab systems, but the pedestrian access to Block B itself is not very well done. Also, the condition of maintenance for the entire building, it's not pleasant. You can really feel that the building is really aging, like rapidly, especially the facade. Also, I'm worried about the resale value of a new buyer if they want to come in and invest this, right? Coming up from the lift, we have only 2, 4, 6 units per floor, served by 2 lifts here. So one will be a passenger lift, one will be a service lift, and it's within the central lift core. And when you come out here, you get to access all units. Very low density, very nice. But this arrangement is going to be a very big problem, especially when one lift goes down, like now, right? Suddenly they just use this for servicing. You have only one lift going up and down. Coming up from the lift lobby, this is a 1.4 meters width, a 2.6 meter high corridor, and the setback for a central core layout for the lifts is this area will be very dark all the time, highly dependent on the artificial lightings. But with this very loose arrangement of units around this layout, right, you can see lights everywhere in each corner of the floor layout, which is nice. But as we talk about the aging and maintenance, you can see peelings of wall paints across the building. And certain corner units, right, will come with their very own window like this. And this is because of the water splashing in during rain. As you can see, that's the iherng, once a forest reserve, now being developed. So this shows 2 things. Rain falls horizontally in high rises, and anything can be developed again. So even if it's a forest reserve, there's nothing that really stops it from being developed. Again, I want to emphasize the importance of knowing where the refuse room when you buy the unit, because on one side you don't have it, on the other side it's so close. So every time people will just come here and throw rubbish, and you will hear the doom 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 doom. Yeah. So before we go into the unit, right, I don't like this kink right in front of the unit. So every time you open the door, right, it's as if there's this corner that just right. Imagine I just open the door here, I'm gonna come out. There's this edge right at my chest. So the unit that we're going to check out today will be type A2A, which is 1298 square feet. A 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom unit. When we come into the center, there will be all the living spaces already, where you have the kitchen, dining and living. Facing the balcony, that's very nice. Then on one side will be all the bedrooms. So immediately you have the yard and utility space, which can be your maid's room as well. Then the bathroom inside. Following that, you have 2 bedrooms sharing 1 bathroom here, and then at the end we will have the principal bedroom. So here you can really see as the more important spaces faces or attached to the facade, while the others are just facing secondary views. Okay, going into the unit. Whoa! So first of all, I really like this kind of arrangements of door where on normal days I will only use only one side, but when I need that extra to slid in my piano or slid in my settee or whatsoever, these can be very, very useful. And once we come in, we can immediately see all spaces in one glance. So this feels very nice, especially of that hint of nature that you can see through the balcony. So let's just get over the specs. This is a 1298 square feet unit. If we check Property Guru website, it's around 600 over 1,000 depending on which level, which makes it very reasonably priced. It's like 500 over per square feet. And the ongoing rental for this unit is 2,200. So this unit is a courtesy of Cozy Homes, where the owner actually rent out before and the tenant just left, and there will be a new tenant coming in today, the day that we shoot. Also, Time Internet services are available here. So this will be the kitchen arranged in an L shape, and because this is a corner unit, right, you can leverage on the high windows. And they use this language a lot, including the openings at the yard space. We'll talk about that later. So here you have the 1.8 meter wall tiles around the kitchen area. And this looks like it comes with the unit. These are not done by the makeover guys. But this arrangement of kitchen has always been very controversial. Like, it looks very nice, right? But you cannot really cook things here. Because once you cook anything, right, the whole unit will smell like you're cooking. But I do like the window design where it allows a lot of daylight into the space. So this space feels very, very comfortable because it's approximately 9 meters from door to wall. And if this is an intermediate unit, that will become a problem because the internal spaces will be very, very dark. But when you have such a balcony, such window designs, wow! So ceiling height is around 3 meters, and in this project itself, what was very attractive during the launch is the immediate environment. At the front, you have that man-made nature elements of the golf course. You have all greens. The residents surrounding the golf course usually are a little bit higher rank, a little bit more atas. Then on the back of the project, if you look at the past documentations or the past launching materials, this Air Hitam Forest Reserve is the main attractive point. When you open the balcony, it will be all green nature. Let me also highlight Bandar Kinrara has always been a very, very low density project. Around this area are all landed properties. That's why this somewhat feels like a mistake. So coming out from the living room, this will be the balcony, and they applied metal and glass handrails, so you have this unblocked view. And you can only imagine, right, last time it's all greens, but then somewhat developments takes place. And the architect also take these as part of the consideration of this balcony. This is a 1 meter width by 6 meters long, which is amazingly big, and you can just imagine hanging out here in the morning or evening, right, facing that amazing background. So from the kitchen, there will be an immediate access to the working area, where this is your yard space. It's huge, and because it's located at the internal spaces, right, how they created openings is very, very interesting. So this is just nice, a height that is not so private, right? So plug I'm short lah, that's why this still makes sense. But I would prefer this another feet higher, then it will be nice. Just that I'm not too sure about the location of the aircon compressor located here lah. Then next to this will be the utility space where it can be your storage, it can be your maid's room. And this is surprisingly huge. So she will also have her own bathroom and this looks fine. Nice. In this perspective, this 4.8 wall-to-wall clearance, right, really gives this space its charm. It's so presentable, right? And this line forms that private line, and this will be the open areas. Now let's head on to the bedrooms. There will be 2 bedrooms on this side. And the flooring materials will transition from tiles over to timber, and this will be the very first room. Relatively, the room then feels a little bit smaller, where you can only fit a bed here. You can't really fit a bedside tables because the wardrobe there then later cannot open. And the window size is minimal here, but the view, it's still not bad, so you can really see the residential area. And at the far end, that would be the new Bukit Jalil hotspot, the pavilion, which just opened. And right bottom at the edge here will be all the rich man area, all the mansions and bungalows attached to the golf course. But just something to highlight, why this timber skirting piece, it's angled in a way. Never mind. Moving on, this will be the common bathroom, full tiled up with the ventilation window, and the basin will be from La Fonza. WC as well will be from La Fonza. So I like the joint between the wall and the door frame. They use this shadow gap thing, so the termination is very tidy, and that includes the skirting design as well. And you can see this is the chamfering that we talked about on a previous episode. This is so tidy. Then this will be the second bedroom, right? It's similar, but this somewhat feels bigger because of its arrangement. The only setback is you have only that slit window at the edge. But I do appreciate designs like this where there's a transition space before they go into the relevant bedrooms. So this provides privacy, especially when there are guests at home. They don't get visual access directly into the bedrooms. Nice. And last but not least, this is the principal bedroom, and the entrance to it is just mesmerizing. Check out that window treatments. Woo! And the background of it, it looks like a screensaver. And because of the daylights, you can feel that dramatic difference between the rooms, right? Actually the scale, nothing much, right? This of course is bigger, where you can put in a queen size bed with bedside tables, the wardrobe on this side. But the daylight really enhances the quality of space. Not only you have this gigantic piece of window here, you have one small slit of window here. Nice. Then next to this will be the principal bathroom. Similar tile colors, full height wall tiles, there's a window there. Then you have La Fonza WC and La Fonza basin. Hey guys, so now we are at the gym, but we can't seem to access it because maintenance works are ongoing. But apparently they are redoing the entire swimming pool structure all over again. Right, so this used to be the facility deck. But I guess we are out of luck today. Too bad. A short minute drive away from Duet, you'll pass by the golf course, you will pass by this massive police station, you'll pass by McDonald's, and then you will reach this commercial area, and here you will have Giant, you will have Maybanks, and at the far end that would be Kinrara BK5 station already. So it's pretty convenient, but the setback of a pure residential project is you will always need to drive out. Yeah, and I guess that's all for this episode. It's now time for Sean Take 3 on 3. So the first 3 things I like would be the immediate surrounding, where you have greens in front and greens at the back. One is the golf course, one is the forest reserve, which is pretty hard to find. Also, it's in between the commercial side of Puchong and Bukit Jalil, along with the landed properties within Kinrara itself. Kinrara is this address that is very famous for its landed typologies, but suddenly you have a project of a high-rise, which is weird, although it's located right next to somewhat the main road, which is Kinrara 6 Road, right? it's wide enough, hence it's still not too bad in terms of in and out. Then very close by you have commercial centers, very close by you have the LRT stations if you need it. So it's a nice distance away for serenity and privacy. The second thing I like would be the floor layout typology as well as the unit layout. You have 6 units per floor, which is excellent in terms of security, in terms of privacy, right? And when you go into the unit, it's very comfortable. There's this clear line splitting the unit into private and open space. And because of the floor layout, every unit is somewhat like a corner unit, and you have multiple facades accessible for windows, therefore improving the daylighting in the spaces. Very comfortable. And you combo that with the price, which is point number 3. It's a very comfortable range. You have units, if you go into Property Guru website again, right, there are units around 1,003 square feet for 550,000 only. It's really within affordable range. And if you compare to the new projects, a stone throw away, right? If you compare to Bukit Jalil, if you compare to Puchong, it's very reasonable, and it can be a very nice option, especially if this location is very convenient for you. That is nice. Unfortunately, the 3 bad things, number 1 would be the maintenance of the building. And you see from the facade, from the entrance, from the lift lobby, from the corridors, it gives you that not pleasant feel. And it's very important if you want to retain the sub-sale value of the building. Maintenance is a very big portion of it. Well, a good thing is at least they are fixing up the swimming pool. I guess it was causing too much of a leakage problem, therefore they need to overhaul the entire structure, which is indirectly to remove and rebuild again lah. Then the second thing I don't like is that individual building within the development. I know the low density of 233 units per block in this freehold title land is nice, but then that commercial building, I guess it was retained as a sales gallery at first, and the story is somewhat to convert it into a restaurant or a cafe or a convenient or a multi-purpose hall in the future. Until phase 2 is ready, only they will let go or whatsoever. They will continue paying the maintenance fee or whatsoever. I guess that will be the story up front. But looking at things now, the fountain there no longer in operation. The paints are in bad conditions. And it's right up front. So whenever a guest comes into the building again, and last of all is the uncertainty of the forest reserve. So when we look into the surrounding, yes, it's forest reserve, yes, it's golf course, right? But just by an instruction of the higher officer or whatsoever, suddenly what was reserved becomes developable land, and the road next to your building becomes the main access way. There's nothing much that I can say here because I'm in no power to do anything. But this illustrates the risk whenever we are buying so-called forest reserve. Don't bet everything into it. That's why sometimes seasoned investors prefer swimming pool view than views facing outside, because they are nothing certain. And with that, that's all for this episode. If you really like this episode, like it, share it, and even subscribe for more information like this. Until next time, this is Sean Tan. Ciao.